LiveEnoding. In this episode, I just want to share with you this little script that I just wrote. It's actually very simple. The script actually just turn any objects in the scene and just remesh it. So, and the script itself is really simple. It's Python using BPY. As you can see, I just turned the object I'm selecting into a remesh version. It's quite dense. But yeah, so basically, I started with some kind of setup here in Svetchalk. It's just a very simple setup. I started with an icosphere, and I randomized each and every icosphere, and also instance it at different location. So it's changing. If I change the frame, it's gonna change the position. It's gonna randomize the icosphere, and then every duplicate will be merged because I turn on merge over there. So yeah, just random, very random. But I know the fact that if I actually duplicate this and I jump into sculpt mode, and then inside the sculpt mode, we know that in this version of Blender 2.81 alpha, we have this remesh, and we can change the resolution of the remesh. And if I hit remesh, it's gonna remesh the object, and then I need to go back to the object mode. So those steps can be turned into a script. I tested out. Maybe my script can be improved, but at least with this script, we can really change the procedure and kind of working in object mode. We don't need to jump into sculpt mode, etc. The script itself is actually doing everything that I just did. So if I change into different frame to get a different result here. Run the script. Yep, I should be getting that result. At this point, I actually there's a few parameters that I can change that you can also change, like including the smooth normal true or false. It's totally up to you. And I think yeah, it's basically duplicating what I'm selecting. It's gonna join it if I have multiple objects, and toggle into sculpt mode. Make all the necessary changes to the Voxel Remesher, and then run the Voxel Remesher. Toggle back into object mode, and then rename it as Voxel Remesh. So yeah, let me try again, demonstrate the whole process. So we have these random things that Svetchalk is generating. It's a single object already merged, and then I will run this remesh, so we get that. If I change the option, make it a smaller value, run the script again, I get a result, even smaller value. So I'm gonna delete everything. We have this generator that Svetchalk is creating. Select it, I need to select it, and then run the script. So it's remesh. Change it again, remesh. And then I'll try one more. So now we have these three generated objects. And on top of this, if we like, if I'm selecting these three, the new Voxel Remesh geometry, and then run the script again, I'm gonna have a new result. It's almost like it's looking almost like a popcorn, but you got the idea. You can actually do this kind of thing. Select all of them again. You can if you're selecting, you can use all this selector. Normally I like to use C or normally, but I use also box a lot, box select. But you can, okay, shift space bar B. There's a lot of hotkeys, but don't worry, I just select all this object, run the script again, and now we have new objects. And I think the script itself is really simple, but it's gonna be really useful in the long run. And The Voxel Remesher itself, currently it's people call it, it's a destructive kind of operators, because you go to sculpt mode and then you do the remesh, and then the previous objects completely disappear and replaced by the new remesh object. And that can be improved if it's actually a modifier. So a modifier is not destructive, so you can always make changes at any time, and that's actually really powerful. And what I'm displaying here is just some kind of ideas, maybe script, turn it into a node or something, and now we have like almost like a modifier. So you see, if you keep repeating this multiple times, you can get something that's quite interesting and complex quite easily. And you started with something really simple, like this generator. You started with the single ugly generated icosphere, and then you make a bunch of them, and then you combine it, and then make remesh, and again you repeat. So yeah, now Blender crashes. Oh no, not really. So I think this is very interesting. I'm pretty in the past there has been a lot of add-on try to make some kind of generators, and I think the remesher actually can be really useful if you in the past maybe you are using like metaballs, something like metaballs, and metaballs itself is pretty cool because you can just have a lot of metaballs, and then it's gonna continue generating the mesh for you. But this Voxel Remesher is kind of on top of that and can be used to make like an interesting generated shape objects. All right, so don't want to go too far, but this simple script, I'm just gonna give it to you. It's a simple BPY running all this Voxel Remesher. Can be improved. Hopefully it becomes like a node at some point, or become Blender owns official modifier. But there you go. Hopefully you'll find this useful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.